don't want to put a figure on it because a dolphin matures around the age of 10, so I've been doing this 17 years. Maybe the babies I saw 17 years ago, they could even be grandparents by now. The babies that are being born today, whether they'll actually last another 10 years to start the next generation going, and your gene pool's going like that as well, so that affects biodiversity. So human generations, if there's little kids that are on the boat today grow up to see pink dolphins, I'll be pretty amazed. They need to see them now while they still can. They've been here hundreds of years, so for example they're not radioactive, as has been suggested, and they don't eat shrimp, so it's not diet related. But the babies are black at birth, and only as they grow older they lose their pigmentation. So why they lose their pigmentation is probably either they're living in the dark because the Pearl River is very muddy, very silty, so like any animal who doesn't get much sunlight loses pigment. Scientists of course don't agree. This brackish water around here is not good for sharks, so our sharks are way around the east side of Hong Kong, so it may be that the dolphins don't need camouflage, and then when they're swimming around and the blood's pumping, they're pink, just like you if you've run for your bus in the morning. So one of those theories may be correct, or they may be just a freak of nature, so who can say for sure.
From Ocean Park Conservation Foundation, Hong Kong, and our foundation is supporting a lot of wildlife conservation work in Asia. And one of our focal species is the Chinese white dolphin in Hong Kong and the Chinese waters. We have also worked with the government on the dolphin boat trip to bring the secondary school students out to the sea to learn more about the Chinese white dolphin and the threats they are facing. The Chinese white dolphins in Hong Kong, they do travel and socialize in small groups, like 4 to 6 individuals, but not in a huge group like the other dolphins in the other parts of the world. I would say they should have the similar activities like other dolphins. The Chinese white dolphin in Hong Kong is a residential species. In Hong Kong, we can find them, we can see them all year round. And mainly we can see them in the western waters of Hong Kong.
They're scattered throughout Southeast Asia and towards northern Australia, but it's only this region where you get lots of pink ones. And this population is the group that's nearest a main population centre of humans. So they're the ones that are best known and mostly studied and therefore mostly threatened.
There are 3 causes of death for the animals. The first one will be the entanglement in fishing gears. The second one will be the diseases, the parasite infection. And the third one will be trauma from boats, possibly. And there are other threats to the Chinese white dolphin in the Hong Kong waters, such as the water pollution. One of the studies that we supported across the Pearl River estuary is to have a toxicology study to understand the heavy metal and also organic, inorganic pollutants in the dolphin tissues accumulated in their body.
We don't treat much of our sewage in Hong Kong. Most of it gets filtered and very little ultraviolet or chemical treatment. We're in the middle of a major shipping channel here, so you've seen today a lot of speeding, high-speed ferry boats going by. Overfishing, which hopefully is being addressed now, but it may be too little too late. The fish stocks have been dramatically dropping here and a lot of other places the last 10 or 15 years. And land reclamation as well. The airport, you can't see in the mist, is a huge piece of dolphin real estate. We're now building a bridge to Macau right through the middle of the dolphins' habitat, with a huge island at the beginning or end off the airport. And if the government goes ahead with their plans to build a third runway, that's another huge piece of habitat that's lost. So all these things are working together to completely mess it up. We have marine parks. The area where we had most of our sighting today was the northern tip of the marine park. You wouldn't have seen anybody monitoring it. You don't always see AFCD out there. You're not allowed to fish in a marine park, for example, unless you have a special license, and there are hundreds of licenses in existence. And, to be honest, if somebody wanted to develop that area, it could probably unbecome a marine park. The area around the Brothers, which again we can't see but near the airport, will probably become a marine park after they've finished building the bridge. So then it'll be too late to say you can't build a bridge abutting the marine park. So the measures really are, it's just a piece of paper.
The Chinese white dolphin in Hong Kong are protected under the law, the Hong Kong law, and people cannot harass or harm the dolphins in the Hong Kong waters. And the government has the conservation action plan for the dolphins, and if there are any planned developments, then they have to go through the environmental impact assessment to understand the threats to the dolphins. Personally, I think the dolphins will avoid the construction projects area, definitely, and then they may go somewhere south of the Hong Kong to avoid the polluted waters or other disturbance. But the key question will be whether they will come back after the construction. And this has to be investigated in the future years to understand whether they will come back. The Hong Kong people can do a lot more to save the Chinese white dolphin. For example, the fishermen, they can stop discarding the fishing gears, unused fishing gears into the waters, as we saw some cases that the Chinese white dolphin was entangled by some fishing gears and fishing lines. And for the public, they can stop littering in the sea, which can save the habitat of the dolphin as well, and not to let the dolphin swallow any garbages on the sea. And also, we recommend people, when they go out for dolphin watching, they can choose the responsible dolphin watching companies, but still enjoy the dolphins and not to chase the dolphin and get them hurt or anything.
Is there anything else you'd like to add about your business? Or?
No, just come and see the dolphins while you can. Yeah.
That's a good one. Great. Okay. I think we got that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm happy.